let me switch the conversation to a related space. You're in that commercial office building, and some place is a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing space, an MEP space. And I imagine that there's a lot of training that needs to take place around this space. We talked a little bit about making money, but I think saving money, saving time, I'm going to guess training is a big category for that. Paulo, I see you're nodding your head. What do you want to talk about on this topic?
I was going to actually bring this up that real estate might be one of the scenarios, but imagine if you are in an industrial setting. You need to control in real time certain values, and those values are not there. There is no display there, but the display is virtual. So you put it on, and suddenly through Internet of Things, you can see green, yellow, red things that need your attention. Sure. Remote assistance is the other use case that the HoloLens jumped on because there is money to be saved, right? The technicians goes into this control room. They find something that is broken or is malfunctioning. They need help because they don't know exactly how to repair it. They call home, and here is in FaceTime, somebody is helping the technician figuring things out. Training could be another scenario, like a simulation.
Which leverages what you talked about earlier in terms of communication and collaboration. Totally. Training, meets Matterport, meets Apple Vision Pro, meets some overlay of IoT and AR.
Exactly. So whatever I see in whatever the user sees, it can be seen by somebody else, an engineer at the headquarters.
So I still want to ask the question, though. It just begs the question. I listed out all these devices that exist today that sound like exactly what we're talking about. So what's different about the Apple Vision Pro versus all the VR, AR headsets that exist today?
So to me, the field of vision, I think it's important. Right now with HoloLens, it was HoloLens 1, it was this big. HoloLens 2 is this big. I think it's the same for Magic Leap. Now we are seeing, we are seeing a lot. We feel we are there, and I think that makes a difference. And whatever is the graphic, the 3D model that comes out, it's very high resolution. It feels like real, and then it stays there. It's locked because all of these sensors that understanding where this object is positioned, and it doesn't move. It doesn't. So to me, that sense of reality adds a lot of value. I don't know, Emily, what do you think?
So I think that I want to look at the use cases. For example, like if we look at the Microsoft HoloLens and we look at which has the advantage and has always had the advantage of having existing relationships with the enterprise. And so it was a natural fit for HoloLens to be something that a salesperson who's already repping Microsoft can go and say to their existing billion-dollar client, hey, let's roll out a test with these HoloLenses, and this works with your Windows, or not Windows 365, but your 365 suite of apps and your suite of services. And remember, Microsoft, I think, has this partnership now with Meta also to bring avatars in. So there's more to come from the other players, but our focus right now is Apple because it's such a big deal. But RealWear has a very rugged device that is made specifically for bringing up information and remote assistance in the field. They have a RealWear 2.0, amazing device. I just demoed it at AWE, and it's really specifically made to be thrown on the ground, or like with a hard hat, worn with a hard hat. Now, my sense of the Apple device is that the use cases that they showed were ones like, somebody sitting on their couch, or somebody in an office space, maybe in an architecture firm, or somewhere where it's not as much of a rugged environment. And the memes I saw day one were like, you know, every Apple Vision Pro person the next day, and it's showing like a cracked screen. Did you guys see that one?
I saw that.
So it's like that's our experience of Apple products, is that, oh my gosh, what if I drop it and the screen breaks? There goes $3,500. And so it's going to need to be less delicate if it's going to be used in those more extreme environments. And you also have to have like it has to be rated to be, because it's a hot device, it has a lithium battery, right? It's going to have to be rated to be used in environmentally you know, hazardous areas. So it's not an automatic fit for AEC, or what did you call it, MEP?
Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing.
Yeah, MEP. Is it a natural fit for those environments? And I would say my first guess is no, and that it's going to instead it will rely on the fact that it has the world's largest ecosystem of apps that you use for personal, for photography, for sharing and communication, and maybe collaboration.
But let's bring it back to Matterport, because that's our audience. So